So in this session I'm going to just go over the basic interface of Rhino. As I open it up, the first thing you see is you're going to see four windows: the top, front, right, and perspective. You can start to navigate these windows by double-clicking the name of the window, and it will bring it to a full screen of that specific window. You can double-click it again and go back to the four windows. You can do this with any of the windows. So that's the default. You can also, if you right-click on the name of the window, a drop-down menu comes up and allows you to even set. You can set the view to a specific viewport that you name, or any of the others. You can also start to change it so that you're looking at either wireframe, a shaded view, a rendered view, ghosted, and so on. And we'll go through more specifically what each of those mean later. Rhino has sort of usually three ways in which you can find the tools. One is through toolbars, as you see over here on the left is the default toolbars. If you go to a part of a component of your toolbars where there's not any tools and you right click, then a menu of all the default toolbars emerge. So some popular ones that you would be using is curve, so you can check that and open that up. A surface, you probably want a surface open, so we'll go to surface, and solids are always a good one. Surface tools, you'll get more familiar with the exact ones you'd like to use, and then you can, when they open up, you can always just dock them over on left-hand toolbar. You can dock them at the top. You can basically put them anywhere you want to. Another way to find specific tools is the command line, which is right now docked to the top. You can also pull it out and dock it anywhere that you would like. If you want to run it like CAD, a lot of times I'll dock it down at the bottom, so that I have a command line down at the bottom, just like CAD. So the nice thing about the command line is if you start typing any letter, a whole list of Rhino pops up with a whole list of commands that begin with that type of spelling. So if I'm wanting to do something like a line, you can see it starts to try to predict what I'm typing, and I can find it that way. So it gives me a line. Another thing that you want to do when you open Rhino is type in layer. And with layer, you see on the right a layered box pops up. This becomes these are the layers which act. You can use layers here the same way you use them in AutoCAD, or even Photoshop or Illustrator. So you want to become very diligent about naming your layers and drawing on the correct layers, just for organization of your model and your drawings. It helps out. So one way to change the name is just double clicking on it. You see it comes open, and I can type in, I can say lines. I can change the color of that layer by clicking the box. I can change it to, say, green, and I can turn it on and off. I can lock it, and you know you're drawing on that layer when there's a check mark. See, right now the check is on default. I need to check. I select down here, and that way, when there's a check mark beside the layer, I know that I'm drawing on that layer. So I can now go to top view and type in, say, line, and I can draw a line that's on that layer. So I now have a line that's on my layer of lines, and I can draw in specific units too. So I'm going to zoom into the top view. And let's say I want to draw a line. It is 8 feet, so I'll type in 8 and then feet. And it goes to 8 feet. It clicks to close that out. I'll left click, and then so it closes it out. Pretty much all the typical drafting commands that you learned in AutoCAD are also in Rhino, so like polyline. You can do a polyline. You can do a circles, rectangles, and you can also begin to edit the lines the same way. So you can trim. So I'm going to do a line. I can trim. I can fill it. So the line. 1, 2. So similar drafting tools as CAD. You also have snaps down here at the object snaps. If you click on O snap, it turns them on and off. You can then also, you can select the specific object snaps that you want to use. If you're wanting to turn them, you can disable them if you're wanting to freehand draw for a specific moment. And then snaps make Rhino a very precise and easy way to use it, because they're really similar to the way CAD uses snaps. The third way to find tools in Rhino is just from drop-down menus. So you see up here at the top you have curve, surface, solid, mesh, dimension, transform tools. All these have within them drop-down menus that you can start to find specific tools. They also give you just an idea of how Rhino is really laid out. It's laid out, the way you model and draw in Rhino is you usually start with a curve. So drawing some sort of curve, you can then turn that curve or a series of curves into surfaces, and then you can also model with solids. Solids are like this, similar to the way you use in probably SketchUp or 3D Max, drawing complete solids. So this is just for introduction, the Rhino interface. Now let's start to look at specific ways of drawing and modeling in Rhino.